Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. I'm your dance mentor, Honey Hill, and this is going to be the first part to a series that I'm doing to teach people who are well into their 20s and beyond how to get good at dance if you're a beginner, or how to continuously take your skills to the next level if you're at an intermediate level and you're just more serious about it. So, my mission is to give all of you self taught dancers out there that have a 9 to 5, or even if you're still in school, that it's possible to achieve real growth with dance. And the tips that I'm going to give you are gold, y'all, because I'm telling you, I've taken the last 5 years to give y'all the tips that I'm going to feed y'all, and it's going to help you get to the next level. I'm going to give y'all nuggets in the industry, nuggets in just everything that I know. I'm just going to just give it to y'all. And these tips can really apply to any genre of dance. So for right now, I will have my dancing in the background, which is mostly heels and hip hop and jazz funk, but these videos will be general videos for any genre. I'll get into the genres and the tips and tricks on how to move your body and actually teach y'all how to dance, like tutorials and stuff like that too, but I'm gonna pump stuff like that out later. Right now, I want to focus on like everyone, on how they can have a game plan, a strategy, and just really see the growth that they want to see within themselves. I think that's what people get really confused about when it comes to dancing. Dancing is so personal, and there's so many different reasons why people dance. So your goals are going to be different from the next person, and that means that you have to have your own personal strategy to get all of those things done, which we're going to get into today. So I'm not going to waste any more time. We're just going to get right into the tips and tricks on how to start this dance journey. If you're 25 years or older, you really don't have to be 25 years or older. It's really just people that are grown, y'all. Like, we grown. We not kids. We're not in high school. You pay bills, or you're at least in college at the very least if you watching this video. My first tip is you need to identify your end goal. Like, what are you doing this for? Identify that now. Are you doing this for fun and you just want to see growth? Are you trying to be a professional? Is this just something you want to add to your toolbox as a life skill? Identify that, because that's going to determine your overall strategy on how you approach getting better. Once you've identified your goal, you need to figure out what classes you want to take. Now, if you're in a major city like LA, Atlanta, New York, Chicago, you need to get your butt up and go to class. Go to class. There are so many amazing dance teachers and choreographers in those major cities. So if you live in those cities, you have no excuse, my dear. So just find some time in your schedule and at least go once a week. Like, if you really want to see growth within a 3 to 6 month period, you need to be going to class once a week. Even if you're a beginner, like even if you're just doing this for fun, guys, like there still needs to be an element of seriousness to some extent, like even if it's just for fun, because then you're not gonna see any growth. Part of this is about being uncomfortable. So yeah, if you're at an intermediate level, then I would recommend going 3 times a week. That's what I did when I was like really at my prime training. I was going 3 to 4 times a week. I was a maniac. You don't have to do like 4 times a week in privates and all that, but once a week, bare minimum, 3 times a week. If you're like, my hair is on fire, I'm ready. If you don't have dance classes in your area, just go online. Try tutorials on Steezy. Or if Steezy isn't something that is working for you, try some tutorials from choreographers on Instagram. I'm sure whatever choreographers you pay attention to that actually resonate with you have some tutorials. And if that's not the case, Victoria Monet's choreographers, they put out tutorials from time to time. Like, I know Bankhead did the On My Mama tutorial that's on YouTube for free. I know Victoria Monet's choreographer, her name is escaping me, but I know her voguing section on All Right for Victoria Monet's music video. She has that tutorial on YouTube. It's free, it's bomb. Like sometimes you just kind of have to get creative and think outside of the box. I mean, this can be harder if you're trying to train from online because you have to be disciplined, and you don't have the energy and the inspiration of your classmates if you go to an actual class, which I really feel like is really important when it comes to like class. But if you don't have that at your disposal, you gotta make lemonade out of lemons, and it's possible. People do it all the time. Some people are really cold and don't go to class at all. So it's just how you wanna make this work for you. Next, you want to have a goal for class. And what I mean is, you want to pick some things that you can improve on. So, what area of focus is that? Do you want to improve on your rhythm? Do you want to improve on your lines and shapes, your fluidity, your attention, your performance? Do you want to focus on staying in the pocket? Whatever that is, and that's going to be different for everyone. You have to have that assignment for yourself, and you can keep it to yourself. You don't have to tell anyone that that's what you're focusing on in class. As long as you know that that's your intention, that's all that matters. And it may take you 3 or 4 classes to fix your lines and shapes, or you're improving on your retention, but as long as you see that progress, that's all that matters. Now, I would recommend recording yourself at the end of class just to see if you're improving. Some people think that when you're recording yourself, you're automatically doing it for social media, and that may not even be the case. So, and it shouldn't be the case all the time. Like, social media should just kind of be like, that's just something you want to do. It's not an expectation. So, but yeah, I'm mentioning that because I feel like that's like a theme in classes right now. And that's not something you have to do, but do film yourself for you so you can actually analyze your growth and you can actually look at yourself, and be like, oh, like 6 months ago, oh, look, like, I don't have that problem anymore where I'm cutting off my lines, or I can actually pause a video and see an actual shape. Like, you want to be able to have those checks and balances for you. My next tip is have a strong walk, have a strong presence. And I'm pretty sure this can apply to any genre, but especially if you're doing hip hop or heels, jazz, really any genre. But yeah, have a strong presence, really work on that walk, especially if you're trying to get on the professional side. A lot of the time, the first part of an audition is just them looking at your walk. And if you don't have a strong walk, baby, it don't matter how many steps you can do. It don't matter if you can ooze, whatever they're looking for. Like, it just, whatever you've worked on, you're not going to be able to show it because your walk isn't strong. So, yeah, again, that's probably for the more serious people. But even if you're just having fun too, like, having a strong walk is amazing to have in your personal life. Like, even if you just want to go to the club and just be like, I have arrived, that walk can like really take up space if you know what you're doing. My last tip to this series, at least for part 1, part 2 will be coming out as soon as I can. Take classes that are uncomfortable. We all love feel good classes, but if you're not breaking a sweat at the end of class, you're not pushing yourself enough. You want to make sure you have a healthy push to see growth within a 3 to 6 month time period. And if you don't, I don't know, if 3 to 6 months is like, oh, like I was just trying to see growth within a year, whatever your timetable is, baby, that is up to your discretion. From what I've seen within the past 5 years of doing this, like the quickest growth you can like really see is like within 3 months if you're really taking it seriously. But 3 to 6 months is like an average amount of time if you're like really in it. But of course, you'll see growth within a year if you're doing at least once a week as well. I guess I'll throw a bonus tip in here too to kind of finish it off if you made it to the end of this video. Make sure you still go to foundational classes, even if you're at an advanced or intermediate level. And I say that because once I got into certain spaces that were more professional, you'd be surprised how many auditions or exercises professional dancers want to see other people do that are just straight foundation. And at times, there are dancers that are so advanced that are used to choreography that's so quick or so complex or so detailed that they get tripped up on the basic foundational steps. And even outside of just being in professional spaces, if you're on the more beginner level, foundation classes are going to enhance your vocabulary so much. And what I mean by that is you're going to have more things to say with your body. You're not going to be so confused or timid. You're just going to have more of a conversation with the audience. That sums up part one on how to improve with dancing if you're 25 years or older. But I also want to hear from you guys too. What are your tips and tricks on how you've grown when it comes to dance training? I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts and opinions on that too. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. I'm going to be rolling out more videos as soon as I can, but I am in law school. So I'm not going to give y'all a schedule, but I will promise that more videos will be coming out soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.